Overview of the Persian Empire. The Persian Empire, also known as the Achaemenid Empire, was one of the largest and most powerful empires in the ancient world. It was founded by Cyrus the Great in the 6th century BCE and lasted until it was conquered by Alexander the Great in the 4th century BCE. At its height, the Persian Empire stretched from present-day Turkey in the west to the Indus River in the east, encompassing a diverse array of peoples, cultures, and territories. The empire was known for its efficient administration, impressive infrastructure, and rich cultural heritage. One of the key features of the Persian Empire was its tolerance for diversity. Unlike many other empires of the time, the Persians allowed their subjects to maintain their own cultures, languages, and religions. This policy helped to foster a sense of unity and stability within the empire, as well as a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect among its diverse peoples. Another important aspect of the Persian Empire was its military power. The Persian army was one of the most formidable in the ancient world, with a large standing army of soldiers, cavalry, and chariots, as well as a sophisticated system of logistics and supply. The Persians also employed innovative military tactics, such as using their cavalry to encircle and overwhelm enemy forces. In addition to its military prowess, the Persian Empire was also known for its cultural achievements. The Persians were skilled architects, engineers, and artists, and they left behind a wealth of stunning monuments, such as the palaces at Persepolis and the tombs at Nakshi-Rustam. The Persian Empire was also famous for its literature, including the works of the poets Rumi and Omar Khayyam. Despite its many achievements, the Persian Empire eventually fell to Alexander the Great and his Macedonian army. However, its legacy continued to influence the world for centuries to come, inspiring future empires and civilizations with its commitment to diversity, innovation, and cultural exchange. The rise of the Persian army. The Persian army began as a relatively small force under the leadership of Cyrus the Great in the mid-6th century BCE. At this time, the Persians were a relatively minor tribe in the region, with limited military capabilities. However, Cyrus was a skilled military strategist, and he was able to unite the Persian tribes under his leadership and expand their territory through a series of successful campaigns. One of Cyrus's most notable achievements was the conquest of the powerful Median Empire in 550 BCE. The Medes had long been the dominant power in the region, and their defeat was a major turning point in the rise of the Persian army. With the addition of the Median army to their ranks, the Persians became a much stronger force, and they were able to expand their territory even further. Under the leadership of Cyrus's successors, particularly Darius the Great, the Persian army continued to grow and evolve. Darius was particularly known for his military reforms, which included increasing the size of the army and reorganizing it into specialized units, such as cavalry, archers, and infantry. He also established a system of provincial governors to oversee the administration of conquered territories, which helped to streamline the empire's military and administrative operations. Another key factor in the rise of the Persian army was its innovative military tactics. The Persians were known for their use of cavalry, which allowed them to move quickly and strike at their enemies from unexpected directions. They also employed a range of advanced weapons and equipment, such as the composite bow and the chariot, which gave them a significant advantage on the battlefield. Despite its many strengths, the Persian army was not invincible. It faced a number of defeats and setbacks over the course of its history, particularly in its conflicts with the Greeks. However, its overall success and longevity were a testament to its strength, adaptability, and strategic vision. The rise of the Persian army was a significant achievement in the history of warfare, and it remains an inspiration to military leaders and historians to this day. The Persian army's structure. The Persian army was organized into a hierarchical system that reflected the social and political structure of the Persian Empire as a whole. At the top of the hierarchy was the king, who served as the supreme commander of the army and had ultimate authority over all military affairs. Under the king were a number of other high-ranking officials, including the commander-in-chief, the quartermaster, and the chief of staff. Below these top-level officials were the various units of the Persian army. The largest unit was the infantry, which was composed of spearmen, archers, and other foot soldiers. The infantry was divided into regiments, which were typically led by officers known as satraps. These officers were responsible for ensuring that their regiments were properly equipped and trained, and for coordinating their actions on the battlefield. In addition to the infantry, the Persian army also included a significant contingent of cavalry. The cavalry was composed of skilled horsemen armed with spears and bows, and was divided into several units based on their equipment and tactics. The most elite unit of the Persian cavalry was the Immortals, a group of 10,000 soldiers chosen for their skill and bravery. The Immortals were heavily armed and armored, and were often used in the most dangerous and important battles. The Persian army also included a range of specialized units, such as chariots and war elephants, which were used in certain types of terrain or situations. The Persians also employed a sophisticated system of logistics and supply, which allowed them to move large armies over long distances and sustain them for extended periods of time. Overall, the structure of the Persian army was designed to be efficient, flexible, and adaptable to a range of situations. It reflected the Persian Empire's commitment to centralized control and organization, while also allowing for the diversity and innovation that were key to the army's success. The Persian army's structure was a testament to the skill and ingenuity of its leaders and soldiers, and remains an important example of military organization and strategy to this day. Persian weapons and equipment. The Persian army was known for its advanced weapons and equipment, which gave it a significant advantage on the battlefield. One of the most important weapons used by the Persians was the composite bow, a type of bow made from layers of wood, horn, and sinew. The composite bow was extremely powerful and had a longer range than most other bows of the time, allowing Persian archers to strike their enemies from a distance. In addition to the composite bow, Persian soldiers were armed with a range of other weapons, including spears, swords, and axes. The Persian infantry typically carried spears, which were long and versatile weapons that could be used for thrusting or throwing. The Persian cavalry, on the other hand, tended to use swords or axes, which were better suited for close combat. Persian soldiers were also equipped with armor, which varied depending on their role and position within the army. Infantry soldiers typically wore leather or cloth armor, which provided some protection against arrows and other projectiles. Cavalry soldiers, on the other hand, often wore scale armor, which was made from small metal plates sewn onto a cloth backing. The Immortals, the elite unit of the Persian cavalry, wore heavily armored suits of scale armor that covered their entire bodies. In addition to these weapons and armor, the Persians also employed a range of other equipment and tools to support their military operations. One of the most important was the chariot, a type of vehicle pulled by horses that was used for transportation and combat. The Persians also used war elephants, which were trained to carry soldiers and supplies and could be used to charge enemy lines. Overall, the Persian army's weapons and equipment were a key part of its success on the battlefield. They reflected the empire's commitment to innovation and technology, as well as its understanding of the importance of logistics and support. The weapons and equipment used by the Persian army remain an inspiration to military historians and enthusiasts to this day.